Hey, this is Tim with TM Media again, and I wanted to hopefully I'll be able to post a few videos in the next few days here. I know I keep promising to post more, but I will try to make an effort. I know I always say that, but I'll try to do as much as I can here. This video is going to basically address some high school students that have been asking me questions, actually, and some college students about just getting prepared for going into college or what projects they should be working on in college, things like that. Um, one person asked me that says that they're not a great drawer, but they do have a passion for graphic design. They just really want to kind of get a head start and want to know what to work with. This is a gentleman coming from, or a lady coming from high school that is asking me this question. What I would do as far as educating yourself further, I would just start getting some books. Go to the bookstore, start getting some books. Now, when I say you got to be careful what books you choose, because there are some books that will show you some really wild designs and stuff. And I've seen some graphic design books that they'll just, you'll go through them and say, wow, that's really cool, amazing, stuff like that. I tend to lean towards the books that really teach you just basic layout and design, because that's what you need to learn. As far as these picture books that just show you a bunch of people's work, that really doesn't help you, and you really don't want to copy or look at get too involved in or immersed into those projects, because some of those projects are one of a kind projects. And what happens is some designers tend to really get into some of these really ridiculous visual effects rather than concentrating on layout design. So they might, figure out how to make some text look metallic copper, or look like water or something, but they can't, and use all these filters, but they can't just do general layout and design. So I would concentrate on layout and design. I have plenty of people coming in the door that will be able to do every visual effect or filter they can do on Illustrator or Photoshop, but when they need an eye for layout design, as far as laying out a magazine, they're just crippled. They don't know how to do it. So basic layout and design, and also consider and keep the project simple. Think about who's around you, and keep the projects common as far as what media is used around you. For instance, walk into your bank, find out what their brochure looks like. It's not going to look like a Aerosmith CD. Those, and I see tons of those come in my door, as far as people trying to show me their portfolio, and they remade the new Aerosmith CD or something like that. That doesn't impress me. Yeah, it took them 300 years to do the cover, and it looks really cool, but can they do basic layout and design, and can they do work that a majority of my clientele coming in the door is going to want? Not very few percent are going to want a CD cover or wild graphics like that. So that's why I say don't get too involved in some of those really wild looking graphic design books. Just get the instructional books, standard layout and design, and go on from there. And just remember that the average project coming in the door is going to be fairly plain, simple, and clean and professional as far as design work. It's not going to be all this extravagant stuff that you see in these wild magazines. So I think I've said enough about that. Let me look at a couple of more questions here. All right, people that want to ask me questions, like I have some high school students that want to like interview me or something, and I have this one person that put on the comment list a list of questions. If you really want someone to answer your questions, I would email the person, or get in contact with the company, make an appointment, and call them over the phone and ask them, or first of all, see if they'll talk to you over the phone, and then um, ask them your list of questions. But do all the the legwork yourself. Don't just send someone a form and expect them, they're going to sit there and take 30 minutes to fill it out, because they're not. So, and I've had people where that have emailed me, and I try to answer everybody that has all the comments and stuff like that. I can't, if you're persistent and keep asking the question, I will answer it. I know I haven't answered all the comments on here, but if you, I've had high school students email me and ask me, hey, I want to learn more about it. Let me, please, can I interview you or talk to you? And then they'll email me and I'll say, well, call me up, and I give them my number and say, call me. I'll be more than happy to talk to you. And they never call me. So it's like, if you really want something, be organized about it and get off your butt and do it, and don't let anybody else have to do the legwork, because it's your career, it's yourself. Why should someone do all this legwork for something you want to find out about? So keep it simple. If you because companies like us and business owners and things like that, they love talking about the company to the right people that want a handout, or just want someone to do all the legwork for them. Forget it. It's not going to happen. So something to think about. Okay, let me see what else I got. As far as schools, I've also been asked several times about schools as well. You need to do the research on these schools. I can't tell you what's good and what's bad. If you look at the past videos, I do have my opinions on certain schools, but then again, some of those schools I've mentioned that I didn't think were so hot, some decent designers came out of them. So do some research, and it's like anything else. Any other college, if I would say, if I was going to look at a college, I'd find out how many people that graduated got a job. That's the first thing I'd ask. I'd be just very common sense, or call people up in the industry and find out what school they went to. As far as myself, I went to a community college I went to a few colleges for about a total of 3 to 4 years. Did computer networking. I took a communications degree, or I'm sorry, I took a year in communications, which was basically had nothing to do with graphics. And then I went to a community college. I took maybe a few classes in layout and design, and went from there myself. So most of my education was self-taught, and just that was pretty much it. So, but just dig down deep and research the colleges, and just ask the don't I wouldn't depend on the people that are trying to get you in the college to give you accurate information. I'd find out who actually went to the school, find out what they're doing after a year of going to the school, and ask them directly, because they're going to know the best. They're going to know best. That's pretty much it. I got to wrap this up. This is getting a little long here, so hope this helped. Any questions or comments, keep posting your comments, and I'll try to answer as many as I can. Thanks very much.